There's a very cool effect I'm seeing on social media right now. It's very easy to do. It looks like lace or snake or even the surface of the moon. You tell me what you think it looks like. Aren't those gorgeous and so easy to do? Let me walk you through it. Let's get started. So you can do this at the end of an appointment, or you can even do it yourself. If you've got some gel polish, all you need is some dish soap and water. It's very cool. So I've done it in short nails, like these guys right here. They're adorable on short nails, and I thought I would do them on the longer nail too, so you can see them a little bit better with the video. I like these kind of techniques because you can literally just do it at the end of the nail appointment, and it doesn't cost you too much time, and they can look so effective. Just with the change of colors, it can look very different. So I've got 2 coats of my black color. That's the color I chose just to have a bit of depth. So whatever color you use for the top, that's the color I use for this. This is a Koko and Clear gel polish, and I'll just check the number. It is 107, and you can, like I say, any color that you want. But this is the color I chose to sort of give a snake kind of look. That's sort of what I'm looking for. Okay, it is so simple. So I'm just going to do one thin coat. I just kind of want to make sure I am covering the black. You're matching what you've already done before. So if you did a pretty good job and got as close as you can, you want to kind of match it because you don't want to leave a black rim there. Unless that's the look you're going for. Now the bit of unevenness here, you can see that with the one coat, is going to work to our advantage. So here's what you do. Get a bowl of water and put a couple of pumps of dishwashing soap or just shampoo, or in this case, I think we just use hand soap, and just froth it up. Now, the bigger the bubbles will leave a bigger hole. Like, see my little hand? See how the bigger dots there? Those are the bigger bubbles. The smaller ones are on these 2 fingers. I didn't have such big bubbles. So it's really, you can actually decide what you want. So froth it up. And I've noticed some people are just picking up the stick and sort of putting it on. You can certainly do that. But what happens when you do that, you do take a chance of bumping into the stick into there. So I was experimenting to see if this would work. Honestly, just dip the whole finger right into the bubbles. Even if you hit the water, it doesn't seem to affect it at all. So that's what I do. And then give it a nuke. Just nuke it for 45 seconds, whatever the polish is that you're using. If you look inside there, you can't see, they don't really pop. They just kind of dry out a little bit, I guess, with the heat and the light. And then I'll show you what we'll do. Okay, so when you're finished and your time is up, all you have to do is remove the suds. Look at this. Look at that. That is so, so cool. I think it looks kind of like snake skin. That's my opinion. If you'd use different colors, you might maybe make it look a little bit like lace. And if you use different colors again, maybe the surface of the moon. It's very cool. Let's do it on the thumb. I'll do a thicker application on the thumb, and you'll see, hopefully be able to see. Sometimes it's hard to see on the camera. But I'll try to do it thicker and show you the difference in the texture. And when I say thicker, I just mean, I don't know if you can see the difference, that this is quite a bit of a thicker application than the first one I just did. The first one you could sort of see through the black a bit more. With this, I'm trying to do it a little bit more thicker and even. And with that, like I say, it does get quite textured, which makes sense because the bubbles are curing around the thicker gel. Okay, so we've got a thicker coat on there. So, and I won't fluff up any more bubbles because I'll just leave it the smaller ones. Just dip it right in there. And like I say, don't matter if you get the water. Just doesn't seem to affect it at all. And then Nuke it right away. So simple, I can't believe it. It's just adorable. I actually quite like it. Okay. Oh, look at that. Do you see that? Maybe you can even see sideways. Can you see it's kind of ridgy?
Yeah.
That's how much thicker it is. If you can see, like these ones are quite smooth. You can even see the difference in color.
Yeah, that's quite different.
It is, isn't it? All just from a little bit thicker of a gel application. And I wouldn't recommend you do one coat of the color and another coat of the color, because the one underneath will have cured. And then you won't see the bubbles through it, seeing the black coming up from underneath. So it's one thicker coat. But look at the difference between one thicker coat or a thinner coat, just by the pressure of the application of the product.
That does look like the moon. If you did it in gray.
It does, doesn't it?
It was gray. It looked like the moon.
See, I think of the moon as sort of a golden tone. You think of it as gray.
Well,
It depends on the night.
When I look at the sky, I see gray.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the other ones, and then we'll top coat them, because the top coat also gives a bit of a different effect. Sometimes it can fill these in, and depending on the colors you use, can almost make it kind of go away. So that you do have to have a bit of contrast in the colors. Okay, so let me just finish up the others. Okay, and if speed is something you're looking for at the end of the appointment, then you can dip them all at the same time. You just want to make sure that the bubbles is deep enough, or enough bubbles to get on your fingers. So here we go. We can do all 4 at once. Just make sure they're on there. The bubbles do kind of want to come off. Just depends on the angle of the hand. That pinky tip, I'm having a tough time trying to keep it on there. Oh, that might work. Nuke it. Oh, that was the one I already cured. Okay. Of course, you can do them one at a time. I just thought I'd try them all at once. Okay. That is so cool. So just kind of just gently dust off your bubbles. Wow. Okay. Let's top coat them. I'm going to make sure they're nice and dry before I put the top coat on too. So just get a little pad and just absorb any of the moisture. You don't want to get that in between you and your top coat. That is so effective. And I do want to show you the difference between, let me see if it works, because some colors I noticed when you put a top coat on, if it was real smooth or the colors were very close in shade, it would just kind of disappear. So sometimes the effect wouldn't remain as much when you top coated it. So let's see what this does. Yeah, this seems to be staying there. I can still see it quite well. Wow. It just looks like a shiny snake skin. And I think this is very snake skin looking because of the colors that I've chosen. Wow, I have to say that is very simple, but very effective. Now the thumb, see how thick, and see the difference in tone even and everything? Let me just see how it looks with the top coat on it. It definitely has remained, you can see the craters, you might say, but it does fill it in a little bit, but it still looks very good. And if you want it textured, You can feel it, just don't put the top coat on it. But let's nuke that now. And then we can feel it. And if you do find it's raised at all, you can just put another top coat on it and it'll make it nice and smooth if the smooth finish is what you're looking for. I think we can look at the reveals. Let's check them out. That is really effective. One thing I will say, when you put that top coat color on, if it is a little uneven all over the nail, it even looks a little more snakeskin because it looks like it's a bit patchy in certain areas. Looks really cool. I really like it. I don't think I'm as much of a fan of this one. Like, this is just all subjective, isn't it? It could be for what the effect that you're looking for. I particularly like this because it looks like snakeskin. Very cool. Thanks for joining me, you guys. It's a quick little way to just change your whole manicure. And I also did it in the short one because I wanted you to see what it looks like in long and see what it's like in short. Thanks for joining me. Catch you guys in the next video.